Hello guys, this is Drew at D&J Precision Machine. I'm here in the cylinder head department to talk about our HP Reman cylinder heads. Our cylinder heads are a great value for the price. We address a lot of the common issues that the Cummins cylinder head has. So this is the Cummins head for the 5.9, 6.7 Cummins. We do these for 98 through 2022. Basically all get the same thing on the 24 valves. So one of the biggest issues these heads have from the factory, they wear guides. Guides has been a serious problem for years where they just wear the guides out, they get sloppy. So we replace the guides with a bronze guide liner. We've had better luck with that than we have out of a new cast guide. The bronze helps with some lubricity and it honestly just holds up better than the cast iron guides. We tried some cast guides years back and had galling issues, went back to bronze and it all went back away again. We use a bronze guide liner. We do an extra large valve seat. So factory valve seats, real little guy, falls out real easy, breaks up in the piston, causes all kinds of damage. It costs you up to $10,000 to replace the engine. I've seen the blocks bad and everything with seats falling out of the cylinder head. So we replace everything with an extra large valve seat, a lot more press fit, it's twice the size, also helps dissipate heat into the casting better. Helps prevent some of the cracking that happens common with the cylinder heads by dissipating that heat into the casting better. We also do thread-in soft plugs under the valve cover. Thread-in soft plugs is kind of a must in our opinion. I've seen a lot of customers have problems with excessive coolant pressure. Typically starts with a head gasket issue or high RPM. Get yourself in a position where you have high coolant pressure, the thread-in soft plug or the soft plugs underneath the valve cover will pop out and fill the crankcase full of coolant. So we do a thread-in soft plug for all the plugs that are underneath the valve cover. When we get started with one of these heads, we can either start with your casting or we can start with one of our cores and you can exchange it out on an exchange basis. So it can be done either way. If you don't want to spend the money on the core charge up front, you can always send your casting in. It does take a little more time, typical 2-week turnaround time or so if you send your casting in, where we can be faster than that if we're working off of our cores. At the very beginning of the process, the whole head gets disassembled and inspected, crack checked, make sure everything's good before we get started, and then we remove all the valve seats. So all these little rings get pulled out right away. The head will get baked after that, and then it gets shot blasted. It looks like a brand new casting after that. All the soft plugs get removed in that process so we can clean everything very well. We can clean all the coolant jackets back out when everything's finished. We can also get in there and get all that old gunk and everything out of the original castings. After the cooking, we do guides and seats in a CNC machine. So the guides get machined in a CNC machine, and so do the valve seats. So everything's back in location at the correct height. Valve seats get installed and the guides get installed brand new. And then the head gets surfaced. Once the head's surfaced, it comes over and gets a CNC valve job in the new one. So the CNC valve job that comes in these cylinder heads is the same thing that we use in a stage 1 or a stage 2 cylinder head. It's our same high performance valve job. It's got angles and throat angles in it to help improve airflow at low valve lifts all the way through the lift range. This is not a CNC ported head. This is like a stock replacement that takes care of the durability problems that's common with the Cummins engines. Once we get a valve job done, we get the cylinder heads cleaned up, inspected one more time before assembly. Rule of thumb, 2 guys, the guy that's doing the work and the guy that's double checking him, doing all the inspections for cleaning before everything's put together. We do a pressure check of the cooling system. We do a pressure check of the valves when we're putting everything together. All the threads get tapped in our tapping arm to make sure that all the thread and the bolt holes are good, and the rocker arms and injector holes. And if we've got to repair any of those, we use a thread insert for repairs on those. They hold up well, no helicoils or anything. After the final inspection, pressure checks and all that stuff, it gets painted and then boxed up and ready to ship out to you guys. So that's our HP Reman cylinder head, rundown of everything that comes with it and everything that's included. If you want to, check it out on the website for current pricing, and hit one of us or hit our dealers up. We can get you taken care of and helped out for a lot of durability issues that are common with the 24 valve cylinder heads from Cummins.